All right, so this is, I just want to take some time here to explain to you what this particular assignment is about. This is probably, I would say, my favorite assignment of the year. I know I've said that probably multiple times, but I do think this is really, really interesting simply because you're going to be able to identify things in your surroundings, in your lives, that you might be able to kind of transfer over to this assignment. So, we've talked about land use. We've talked about how a city is best, how it kind of uses its space to kind of feature some amazing, cool things, residential, transportation, all that good stuff. But there is a purpose to all these decisions. So that's why it's kind of important to kind of study it in a different way. So I'm just going to explain to you a little bit more what this assignment is. So again, we've looked at the city of Ottawa. Um, every every area that the city covers is strategically placed, is strategically developed. So that's kind of important to look at. So what you need to do is that you need to fully, in order to fully understand this concept, I really want you to identify one land use. Okay. So, and I'll try to give some examples on what you can do here in order to better develop your assignment. So what you're going to do, so the content here is that you're going to identify, you're going to go and look at, city of Ottawa, maybe look at your neighborhood, whatever you choose. I'm not really particular in the areas as long as you're able to identify it properly. So you're going to take all these six land use features. Okay, you're going to go identify one land use feature, or one feature per land use. Okay, so that's kind of important. The one example I like to use, transportation, I keep saying OC Transpo. Um, it has its own features. They have their own tracks. They have their own, you know, their own power within the city. So first off, what you're going to do is you're going to say, all right, my land use option here, I'm going to use OC Transpo for my transportation land use. So after that, okay, I want you to identify, okay, so you're going to be precise. You're going to give me one example. You can't just say OC Transpo as a whole. Pick one area that OC Transpo covers. For example, you might want to say the Rideau station. All right. So Rideau Center has its own train, has its own LRT bus station. So you might want to say the Rideau station. Okay. So under where is this? Okay, you're going to identify it as the Rideau Center. Okay, it has its own category, subcategory. This is where you can say it's public transportation. Okay, if it's a roadway, it's a roadway. If it's a commercial use, you're going to say the subcategories of commercial use. Okay, how important is it to the downtown core to have a Rideau station LRT and bus service? That's up to you to figure out. That's up to you to explain as well. Okay, and then name me one particular fact of that land use that you've chosen. Maybe it's, the Rideau station sees over 50,000 passengers a day, whatever that is, that's really up to you. It was built in whatever year. Okay. Once you've identified and you've explained to me what the land use is, then I want you to answer these two questions per land use. Okay. You're going to say, how does this component of land use add to the quality of life in Ottawa? You're going to answer the same thing for the sustainability piece. So if you say Rideau Center LRT station or train or bus station, you're going to say the Rideau Center LRT station adds quality of life to the city because it offers this, okay, or identifies this. It is able to solve this problem. That's what you need to identify per land use example that you're identifying. Now, when you say about sustainability, why does the Rideau Station or Rideau Center LRT station add sustainability to the city? That is up to you to decide. That's up to you to identify and for you to explain. That's all you need to do for your six land use examples. Okay. You don't need to, you could repeat what a land use is, but I want you to use that information and then identify one land use example for all six. Okay. Don't forget, always adding pictures, always adding an element of creativity also helps. Okay, it just helps better understand myself, anyone else, to kind of better understand what you're trying to convey, the message, and maybe a little bit more visual to go, oh yeah, I get it now, I can see it. Maybe you want to throw in some stats and say, because we've developed this now, X amount of people are happy or moving into the neighborhood, or we've reduced emissions by this much. Whatever it is, that's really up to you to decide. But that's the type of research that you need to answer. And as always, okay, you want to go into a Google form. You want to just click on the Google form and then add your submission that way. All right. This is just, again, it's a short little video. I think it'll explain to you what this all means. Okay? Best of luck. If you do have any questions, you let me know.